I feel like leaving week 3, it feels as though I've hijacked my own brain and I've also jailbroke everything in my body. Strange feeling, a lot of emotions, but let's get into it. So I did 6 of the 7 morning pages just because, again, my wisdom tooth was freaking beating my ass. This one decided to start growing all the way up, and pushing through my gums. So if I'm still talking funny, it's because of this tooth. I literally couldn't talk for like almost a week and a half. I didn't do an artist date this week, but I did have a lot of dates with my man because he had, started his new position. I was transitioning out of my old position, so we didn't get to do like as many date nights as we, plan to do every month. So we decided to do it all in like a week, like back to back to back to back to back. So a lot of just dates with my man, but no artist dates. Synchronicities this week, a little bit, but more so it just felt like signals from God and just signs here and there. I'm just like, okay, I prayed about this, or I've been talking to God throughout the day, and like my question was answered essentially. So other issues outside of me like zoning out, I didn't do a lot of the tasks this week just because I've been like in a foggy headspace. I don't know, like I just feel like with all the transitioning going on in my actual life right now, like leaving my job and trying to find new jobs and all this hoopla, teeth growing in, grown up stuff happening, freaking adult acne. Like, I just feel like my emotions have been out of whack. And I've been like low key a little depressed. But yeah, just really, really foggy these last couple of weeks. I want to say like the last 3 weeks, but I'm finally like moving out of it. Fingers crossed. Like I said, a lot of zoning out, just not being present as much as I need to be. I've snapped out of it, like I said, most of it, but I don't know. A lot of the tasks this week were centered around like childhood stuff, and I'm like, okay. I felt like it was going to be a little challenging just because I don't like reminiscing and going back into my past, specifically my childhood, but it did help more than I expected because we talked about a lot of the positive things that we remember as like being a kid and things like that. So I liked the tasks this week. They were cool. Again, thought they were going to be challenging as far as like me not wanting to talk about certain things or like having to see certain things again on paper. It wasn't like that at all. I felt very light afterwards, so that was good. So we're going into week 4 now. Week 4 is apparently like a deprivation week where you can't read, you can't do certain things like watch TV, be on social media, things like that. But they give us a list of things you can't do. Why was paying the bills on there? We don't even want to do that right now in regular life, so I don't know what that's about, but no. So with that being said, we ended up moving all of the deprivation things to week 5. So for week 4, we're just going to like regular weeks, like how we do the tasks, morning pages, check in here and there, and just go from there. So with week 5, I'm kind of nervous because I'm like, I don't know what is all in chapter 5. Because I try to read the chapters a little bit like briefly before I finish the one I'm on currently. So right now I haven't really looked at chapter 4. I scrolled through a little bit of the task, but not really. So I don't want to say I'm nervous, but putting a week 4, not necessarily task, but I feel like, okay, putting the deprivation in week 5 would definitely be a lot more challenging because I literally don't know what I'm going to do to get around not watching TV or reading a book. I feel like I can read my sermons, like I can read my devotionals. I can listen to my sermons. So I feel like I'll be okay with that. And then I guess I'll just be more in the gym. Because what else am I going to do? Like, I don't know. Social media is not that hard. I haven't really been on social media really anyway, but everything else I'm like, okay, I can't read my books. I just got 2 new books. So maybe I'll just listen to them. I think that's considered just listening to something. I don't think that's considered reading it technically if I'm audio listening. So that could be a way around that. But yeah, I don't know. This week was all about jailbreaking the system and making my nervous system feel calm after putting it into so much shock. Because again, I feel like everything that's been happening over the last few weeks have really been breaking me down in the best way. And also like with the side effect of like resistance and like me not knowing what's going on, or like me not feeling like all the way there, because I'm just still trying to figure this shit out as I go. So we'll see. We're on the up and up. It's only week 3. Excited to knock out week 4 and give y'all an update. So we'll be back week 4, and I will see y'all then.